Okay, welcome you guys. I'm so excited. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Shalene McLeod. I have been a health and wellness coach now for 2 years, just over 2 years. And I'm really excited tonight because we haven't actually done a call like we are going to do this evening. Typically, we have very broad and general calls to help you guys understand a little bit more about what it is that we actually do as health and wellness coaches. And you likely are watching the recording of this or you are on this call because you were invited by somebody else who thinks that you'd be really great at doing what we're doing. So we really wanted to provide this as a niche call based on fitness professionals and a lot of people who are in the health and wellness industry. So we're going to do a little bit of an interview style tonight with a couple of our incredible coaches on our team, Emily and Danielle. I'm so excited for this, and I'm really just excited to hear a little bit about your story. We're going to gather a little bit of information about their backgrounds and where they come from, and then I'm going to ask a few questions based on just kind of their lifestyle and coaching and how this business has really helped them, how they identify themselves as coaches and within their own industry that they're a part of as well. So thank you first and foremost to everybody who is actually watching this. And I'll kick it over to Danielle. Danielle, do you mind just unmuting yourself and telling us a little bit about your story? Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to share my background and how this business has helped become a great asset to it. A little bit of background on me. I have been in the fitness industry since 2010, so a decade now at this time of this call, which is crazy. I went to school. I had my bachelor's degree in kinesiology. Exercise science is another term for it. And I've always had a passion for fitness, for health, for physical activity. The past few years, will back up a little bit. I went straight into the working world, worked for several gyms, worked with countless clients. I'm certified for personal training and group fitness instruction. I also run summer boot camps and have worked with so many clients of all different ages and backgrounds, including even the high school basketball team where I was their sports conditioning coach. So big passion with that, and always had the passion for taking my business online. Just never quite knew how to go about that when I first started. So really was just trying to focus on getting a clientele built up and get as much experience as possible in the beginning. So yeah, super excited to share more about how it's kind of transported me over here 10 years later.
I love that. And 10 years, that's a lot of experience in the fitness industry, I have to say. And as you kind of navigated through all different aspects and areas of what that looked like for you. So yeah, I'm excited to hear more about that. But before we do, Emily, do you mind introducing yourself?
New to the Zoom. Okay, hey guys, I'm Emily. I've been, in the fitness industry for a long time as well. I actually grew up dancing, so I have 19 years of dance experience. So I started young teaching, and then I transitioned into teaching aquafit, and then I transitioned into teaching bar physique. So I've been with a gym for just over 5 years, teaching group fitness classes. And then I transferred into my massage therapy as well as aquatic rehabilitation. So, I feel like a lot of you can probably relate to this in the fact that being a personal trainer, being a healthcare professional, you tend to dabble in a lot of different things to kind of make a full-time job, right? So yeah, so for myself, I started at college in Ottawa in health science, and then I switched into athletic therapy. So I have 3 years of athletic therapy. Then I switched into massage therapy, got my diploma in that. And now I have combined my massage therapy and my aquatic rehab with my group fitness instructing. However, when the pandemic hit, as a contract worker, I lost everything. I almost knocked my water. I lost everything. So I was stuck, and being active as we are, we need to keep moving. We need to have something to do. And I was stuck. Like I had nothing to do. We couldn't go to the gym. I'm not a huge fan for like YouTube because I just get so lost with what to do next. So when this Beachbody was introduced to me, I jumped on the bandwagon in March. So I've only been at this for 3 months now, and I never knew that this opportunity existed. So this is something that I can fall back on no matter what. If I get hurt, if I can't make my job like as a fitness instructor, you can't teach, you can't massage. So this is something I can now do from home, whenever, wherever, between clients. Like it's just amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to share a little bit more about this awesome opportunity.
I love that. And you touched on something that I find rings true for anyone who's in like the fitness industry or anyone who's in like healthcare industry, of like the amount of courses and education that you guys all have. It just like blows my mind, the number of certifications and courses that one you have to take in order to get to the place that you're trying to get to. And that's constantly evolving and growing. And like you said, as you're trying to fill your schedule, that typically means more courses, more learning, more certifications. So I feel like most of you, if you're watching the recording of this call, most of you can probably feel that. And you kind of understand kind of all those check marks that you have been going for over the course of however many years to get to the place where you are today. Which for me gets me really excited as a coach who is building my team, because I know that means you guys are really hard workers. And I know that that means that you guys really have a passion for caring for other people. And that's something that I love when I see people kind of in this industry, is just the amount that you truly care for the health and well-being of other people and helping them live their best life, essentially pain-free. Like, I feel like that's very important to a lot of people. So with that, I think I'll pop it back over to Danielle for a second. Danielle, I'd love to know from your perspective, you had touched on your client offerings and what you had for your clients, but I'd love for you to kind of touch on, how did Beachbody really enhance some of the client offerings that you had?
Yeah, absolutely. And so for me, I was so used to just having hands-on training with all my clients. You know, I did a lot of one-on-ones, and I only had like 30 minutes to an hour to really give my client at that time all the information possible. Not only teach them proper form, teach them how to do, you know, self-motivate, teach them all the things, and then hopefully then send them off for the next 5 to 6 days, depending on when they saw me next, to like really hold on to that and motivate themselves to do it. And the majority of my clients would come back and be like, I love working with you because when I'm with you, you push me. But when I'm by myself, I don't push myself as hard. And so I really needed something to give them that was structured, that they can actually follow visually with the right cues and motivate them when they weren't with me. And so with Beachbody's platform, everything is all online. They can stream all of the workout videos, be in like a Netflix style portal and follow along, instead of just having like images of me that I've maybe made on my own and photoshopped and like showed in proper form and like, here's a PDF, good luck. Like, it's really, that really helped at least give them something to do between our next session, which was really helpful and really for them and for me. Also on top of that, the nutrition that Beachbody platform has was incredible. I think that's one of the biggest components that I was super excited for, because I love working with the clients, and I didn't want the workouts to actually replace me. But I also know that it's out of my scope of practice to provide meal plans. Like, unless you're a nutritionist or a dietitian and have that certification, legally personal trainers and group fitness instructors, we're not allowed to give custom meal plans. I can give them a food list, I can give them like recipes, but I really needed to give them an extra level of support, if they didn't want to go seek an actual professional out. And Beachbody actually provides that. I love the fact that Beachbody has registered dietitians on corporate's like payroll, providing meal plans for us, and being able to provide that on top of our workouts was key for their success. So that for me was one of the biggest assets that I like to use for the platform.
If I can just touch on that, yeah, especially for myself too, as a massage therapist, we're allowed to give some remedial exercise, but we cannot give a home like workout program. So this for me has been an amazing opportunity to be able to give my clients kind of workouts to do and to follow, but I know what is involved in them, so I can better gear them towards modifications if that's what they need, or the specific program that works for them. And like you said, a lot of my clients too, they come in with pain because, oh, I need to lose this amount of weight, but I really am not ready to go to the gym. But that's what's great about Beachbody is because they also have the nutrition plans, they have the meal plans, they have the Shakeology. Like these are all amazing options to give your clients before maybe that they're ready to take that next step into the full workout program on their own.
I love that. And I think it touches on also a bit of a time saver for you guys in your business. And you're busy. You're doing a lot of things in the day with just to fill your day and your schedule. And to have a platform that already has the nutrition, that already has the stretches, that already has the workouts, depending on if you're creating your own or not, this kind of alleviates some of that time and that pressure that is put on you to create all of that. And I kind of want to dive into that a little bit too, Danielle, when I'm talking about like creating programs and creating workouts. Now, I know there's a lot of fitness professionals that would prefer to do their own thing or are looking for an online platform and feel like they have to be the one creating all the videos and the platform and finding a host site and all these other things to be able to service their clients. When I speak to people, there's almost this hesitation of like, well, if it's not me, then it can't work. And I need to be the one who's creating all of this for my clients. Did you find that there was ever confusion in terms of maybe having more of this like in-person training versus having this online platform? Like, how do you decide who gets what? And how do you let go of not feeling like you have to create everything and just allowing the platform itself to really service your clients?
Yeah, it was definitely a process of trying to figure out, especially in the beginning when you're first trying to implement it into your current business model. And like, for one, I think the biggest key thing for me was that I went into it almost thinking I had to be a Beachbody coach. Like, oh, now I'm a Beachbody coach. And I thought that was like the only thing that I was and labeled as, and I had to do it in a cookie cutter way. But then I learned that through the help of all the coaches on our team that mentored me, this is your business. You can run it however you choose to run it. And so it takes a little while to kind of get, at least for me, it took a little while to getting my footing of like how I really wanted to approach it. But I also love the fact of, for one, the workout programs gave me something to follow. So that way I didn't have to make my own workout programs anymore, which I still love and still do. But at the end of the day, like I was so depleted and so tired from the long hours at the gym, the split shifts. I don't know. I feel like we don't talk enough about the split shifts. Like personal trainers, at least for me, I was working during times where people aren't working. So you're either working, you're training people before they go to work, and then you're training people after they get off. So I'm working from 4 to 10 a.m., having a break. I was actually working at a bar, bartending during the day in between that, and then coming back to the gym at like 6 o'clock and working till 10 p.m. Like I was exhausted. And I remember the last thing I wanted to do was train myself. And so having this these programs already structured was helpful for me to get my own results. And then by me going through the programs, I was able to at least gear my clients through like, hey, if you really want to do martial arts, we have a great program for that. I'm not certified in boxing, but you're going to love this style of training. And I'm here to guide you through the little things that help you really stay motivated and consistent. So I still teeter-totter between like what I want to control and what I let Beachbody kind of provide. But at the same time, I love the fact that I'm still there as a guide. I'm still there coaching through the hard stuff. I'm there to motivate them when they don't feel like showing up. But then when they push play, they have that amazing trainer there to cue them alongside. So it's almost having like several trainers there with our platform. So hope that makes sense.
It totally does. And I love all of that. And I also think too that it really opens the door for more of a global offering for your clientele instead of more of like a geographical. I mean, I find a lot of the time when you're in this industry, you're stuck in one place. It's where you live or where you can travel to. And those are the clients that you're able to serve in person. Whereas now you enhance all of that with this online platform, and you all of a sudden just like bust down these doors to be able to offer your programs and your services and be able to provide that motivation, that support, that deep down is really what most of this is all about, is being able to help people live their best life. And now you're able to do that on more of a global platform instead of just a smaller geographical area. And I mean, we don't live in a small place like this, but you know what I mean. Okay, Emily, you touched on something really key when you were talking about in just like introducing yourself and the fact that you actually have been out of work for a little bit, and that's how you found Beachbody, and that's how you found this. And I know you've been slowly returning back to work, but I'd love to get your perspective on how you find working for someone else versus being your own boss and having Beachbody as your own business.
Well, yes. So I have returned to massage full time, RMT. However, my gym still has not opened. So actually, I decided to quit the gym. Yeah, I mean, I've just fallen in love with this program, and you know, it's saving me time, it's saving me gas, it's saving me like all my conversations before and after. I get paid for an hour. You don't get paid for before and after class, really, all those conversations that you have and the time it takes to get out, you know. So like the flexibility of this is just amazing. Like when I work all day as an RMT, I am exhausted. I love teaching fitness classes. I absolutely do. However, once I get home, I eat. It's the last thing I kind of want to do when I get home. You know, I don't want to go back out and exert more energy. So this has been fantastic. I can kind of run it whenever I want to. And instead of doing the classes on their time, I now get to pick my time, and I get to organize my team the way I'd like to, or cater to different people at different times when I have the opportunity. So that's been amazing for me. And yeah, like not having to have those set hours. I can create them if I want to, but otherwise I work the business often so between my clients, between my massage clients. And if I have a no-show, I don't get paid. So now I have my cell phone and I'm working my business. So I'm not losing any time during my business day. You know, it's been fantastic.
I love that. And I think too, oftentimes when we are working in any industry where it is clients booking an appointment, where maybe we have to cancel that appointment because we're sick or we're going on vacation or they're sick or whatever the case may be, you are finding that now you have this gap in your day where you aren't getting paid, but it's really hard to fill that gap so last minute. Or on the times where you want to go on vacation, but you're not going to get paid for that, right?
Exactly. And now I'm not like flipping through social media all day waiting for my next client. I'm actually doing something productive and something that's going to support me financially. So yeah.
I love that. We're on social media anyways, and this is a business that primarily is built on social media. So the fact that now you're just spending the same time that you're already on social media, but you're using it in a slightly different way based off of the training that we provide when you sign up as a coach. Now you're using it in a different way to actually run it as a business. And I think that's kind of the cool part, is understanding that you're likely already using a lot of the time that you would use to build a business. You're already using that in different ways, in very similar ways. It's just tweaking a couple of things and how we're speaking to people and letting them know that we have something really cool that we can offer them. So I kind of really like that you brought that point up, because I think it's really important for people to kind of identify where you're spending your time during the day. I think one of the number one objections that we get is, I don't have enough time. We kicked off this call saying you guys are full, like your schedules are jam-packed, but there's definitely gaps within the days where we can find ways to kind of fill those gaps, or things that you can do to move your business forward without feeling like you have to quit everything you're doing in order to become a coach. This is something that enhances what you're already doing, doesn't have to replace. It could eventually one day, but it's not something initially that it's like you have to choose this or that. It really is an enhancement of what it is that you're already offering. So I think I want to touch on this with Danielle a little bit on, for me, not in the fitness industry. I'm a mom of three, psychology background. Like, I am not in that industry per se, and my past hasn't been. Um, for me, I really found like I was looking for community when I was on my journey. And I think so often I was looking for the YouTube videos. I was trying to go to the gym and I was just like constantly failing and failing and failing. And I couldn't really figure out why I wasn't getting results. I couldn't figure out what the missing piece was. And for me, a lot of it came down to the community that we provide. I would love if you could touch on a little bit about the community that you've built in the past year being a coach, and how that has maybe differed for a lot of your clients in being able to actually stick with something instead of just giving up really quickly when they haven't seen those results right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me personally, the community aspect was the one thing that I underestimated. Like, I'm really good at self-motivating myself. I love working out. Of course, we have tough days, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I can do this on my own. And I wasn't used to working with my coworkers at the gym. We just kind of stayed in our own lane. You had your clients, I had mine. We didn't help each other out. And, our team member meetings were mostly just like who can do the most push-ups. So it wasn't much of a community at the gym where I worked. So I wasn't used to it. But at the same time, I just kind of leaned in on it just to kind of see like what it was all about. And I soon became so in love with you guys, with our team, with being around people who wanted to just better themselves and help clients do the same. Being in a room full of other coaches in the network, going to my first live like super weekend through Beachbody, I was like, I didn't know anyone at the time, but I just went there, and just the energy, is just so contagious. And I've been to so many like fitness conventions and conferences like that where mostly people are just trying to sell you their equipment or their software. This was just people that wanted to have fun, wanted to work out, and really just wanted to share their tips and tricks on how to build their business and work together. And I've never been a part of that. And I think that the community, for coaches in particular, the community aspect of how to build this business, you're never alone. We give you all the tools and we give you all the support from all over the country. You guys are in Canada, we're in the US, there's people in France, like it's global. But then also creating that amazing type of community for our clients on this online platform for them to like really connect. It's one thing just to go to the gym, get a workout in, go home, like it's exciting at the beginning, but then people typically try to fall off, or life happens, we get a curveball, and all of a sudden our schedule's totally chaotic and we fall off. Having a support system, even just through your phone, having other men and women there to support you and go, girl, I got you. I've been there too. This is how I got out of it. I'm here for you if you need anything. Let's hop on a Zoom and help each other out. Like, it's beautiful. It lights me up when I see my clients encourage my other clients. That's the ripple effect that I see. So super excited to be a part of it, and just so glad that I didn't fully overestimate it, because I would have said no to it if I hadn't really been open to that opportunity to really see what it's all about.
If I can touch on that too, like for my fitness classes, like if I don't see a lady show up for a couple of weeks, I don't have everybody's number or email address in my class. They're part of the gym, they come and go. With this, if I don't see someone staying accountable for their workout and vice versa, we are there to message each other. We are there on our group community, checking in on each other. And like, it's amazing how many people say, thank you for messaging me. Like, I really needed this today. And it's just so enlightening and empowering. And that's what I love more so about this community, as opposed to when it's more personable.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's part of what I was kind of missing on my own personal journey as well. And I think that's what so many people are really missing, that piece of feeling like they have to do this by themselves. And that goes for their own health and wellness journey, but it also goes for building a business. And you touched on that a little bit, Danielle, of like, you guys are all doing your own thing. Like, you're like blinders on, this is me over here, you do your thing over there. Sure, we're in the same building, but I'm doing my thing. Same with Emily. Like, you have so many different instructors running all these different classes, but like, you're responsible for your class and not necessarily everything else that's going on in the gym. And I think what I love so much about this is that you don't have to do this alone. We're going to be there with you guys side by side. We're all in this like incredible team full of incredible people who literally have a very same, I'm going to say we have the same like underlying passion of really helping people live their best life and feel like their best self. We have a lot of nurses on this team. We have a lot of police officers, EMS, like we have a lot of, I'm going to say hairdressers because I see Liz on here. I mean, you guys are like therapists, let's be real. We have a lot of people who at the end of the day are just really helping people to feel more confident, feel better in their own skin. And on top of that, I think the thing that is what I was always looking for is that community and that space to belong and that space to lean into when you feel like you're failing and you just can't take another step forward, whether that's your own personal journey or in business. And we can really lean on each other to help get you to that next level and just get out of that like little funk that maybe you might be in. So really quickly, I just want to touch on 2 ways that this is the question I always get. Everyone's like, okay, great, this is how the business works, but how do I actually earn an income? Like, what does that piece actually look like? I'm going to put it in pretty simple terms. There's 2 ways that you earn. The first way is the retail side of things. So that's really when we're talking about helping clients get started on their own health and wellness journey. There's a retail commission essentially that you're earning off of helping other people get started. The second way is this other community we're talking about in coaching. And you're not going to be doing this alone. You're going to be building a team of other coaches, best friends, family, random people that you meet on the internet. When people say don't talk to strangers, it's literally what we do, but it has been the most rewarding thing ever. I have met some of my best friends through this business online. And so the second way that you're going to earn is really by becoming best friends with some really incredible people, and you guys are going to build your businesses together. And that is where you're going to earn a bonus from Beachbody. And that bonus that you're earning is where the residual income really comes into play with the business model that we have. You only have so many hours in the day. There's only so many days a week. And that retail side of earning is really what we talked about in the beginning of this call, where your hours are jam-packed every single day just to earn the income that you're looking to earn. And that's going to max out at some point. You are going to reach a cap. Nothing else can happen. Whereas with this model, you now have the opportunity to multiply yourself essentially. And as you multiply yourself and you have all these other people on your team doing the exact same thing that you're doing, now you're getting paid a bonus on top of a bonus and more as your team continually grows. And so that is the residual income that really starts to compound, and you're no longer capped on the number of hours a day for your potential earnings in this business. It really becomes something that honestly I have never experienced in my life in terms of the compensation plan and how we are paid. You are paid on a weekly basis. Everyone's income is, of course, up to their own diligence within this company and hard work and effort that you put forth. And I truly am just really excited for you guys to dive in a little bit deeper into what this could do and the potential that this has for what you're currently doing in your life. We really aren't saying one thing is better than the other, but it is an opportunity to enhance what you're already doing. And maybe it is you don't love where you're at. Maybe you want to get out of the thing that you're doing right now. And that's okay too. I really think that there's a place for everybody on this team and within this business. So that's a little bit about how you earn. In terms of getting started, I know you guys want to know, how do I get certified? What is the course? What am I taking? There's no like actual certification you need, but we have really great training. So we provide a 2-week training. It's basically a 2-week training crash course, but we're constantly evolving and constantly growing and learning this business. But we're going to give you this crash course, and you're going to get like a basic breakdown of the things that you need to do in order to start your business right away. And that's the beauty of this. You can start right away. You don't have to wait. We do weekly trainings every single week. more than once usually, but that training is always there for you guys to be able to enhance and learn and grow, and you can dive into all the training that we have done in the past as well. We have it all on a platform for you where you can access all of our previous trainings. So there's lots of training that you can do. I don't want everyone to get too hooked up on the training aspect of it or becoming certified, essentially. Really what we're doing is enhancing all the certifications you've already taken, all of the education you already have. You have a really great knowledge and a really great baseline of wherever it is that you are at right now. And this is just something that we can enhance and add into what you already have. So with that, if you guys have anything else that maybe I didn't touch on that you just want to touch on before we kind of wrap things up, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Or if you feel like we're good.
I signed up. I got so excited about this when I signed up that I signed up 3 people even before I started the training. So I was just so gung-ho about it. So yeah, the training is not required, but it is so helpful. Like you'll then realize, oh yeah, okay, I should know that. But yeah, I love Beachbody. I trust the modifications and I trust the whole program. Like it's been a lifesaver for me and my mind, body, and personal growth. Like I can't believe how much myself has grown during this process. So I'm so grateful for it.
I love that. Danielle?
She hit it on the head, but I was going to say like the personal development side of this too. Another thing that I definitely underestimated, but like really just our own personal growth helps us. The better we are, the better we can serve our clients. And I'm a way better trainer, coach, motivator than I ever was when I first started at the gym like years ago. Like I'm now helping them in different ways. I'm now freed up to help them in different ways to really help them on their journey. And it all starts with just our own personal growth. So that was one of the key things that I love about this business as well, is that it starts with us first. First thing you do is take care of you and then take care of everyone else. That way you can better serve them. So super grateful for that.
I love that. And I think sometimes, especially as the industry that you guys are in, like you're all about helping other people. And oftentimes you get left to the back burner and it causes that burnout. And it causes that stress, and then that leads to sickness and all the other things. It's like this ripple effect, and we really have a strong focus on our team especially, but I know the company does, of really putting yourself first. You're not in this alone. We've got your back. We're totally ready to help you get started. You don't have to know anything else besides the fact that you are pumped up. You loved something that you heard on this call from Danielle or Emily, and you are like, yes, I need to know more. If you were feeling that like urge or that attraction, it's time. You are ready. I always say, Angelique is one of my favorite marketing gurus on social media, and she always says ready is a lie. And I think for myself, I told myself that lie over and over again. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You're ready. We're ready. We have everything that you need to get started. We're going to walk you through this hand in hand. You are not alone. And I think ultimately we're just so excited that you took the time to watch this video. Thank you so much for that. If you have questions, please ask the person who sent you this video for more questions. If you have any questions for more answers, we can send you a ton more videos if you want to watch them, but I don't think it's necessary. You ladies rocked it. Thank you so much for being on this call. Thank you for giving us some insight. I learned so much from you guys and the profession that you are both in, and how this has really helped you guys to kind of move your business to the next level, move your life to the next level, and help you guys to kind of gain some of that, I don't know, that journey to joy, the journey for happiness, the journey for helping, and that passion for helping other people. I see it a lot in both of you. So I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. Have a great night. Bye, guys.